Oh boy. So I realized while I was starting today, I have not played Fallout New Vegas for a month. Whoops. In my defense, I got busy launching a whole new Patreon tier, and we did the entirety of Fear and Hunger, which was a whole project, and it's a huge editing project I'm still working on, and oh god, like I just found out that my censoring got screwed up. I had to re-edit 2 entire episodes that are no longer on my editing timeline, so I have to do them from scratch again. Oh boy. But yeah, I've been busy. And then yeah, Tears of the Kingdom came out, and boy have I backlogged some of that game. It sneaks up on you, but like that game I have now already played for almost as long as I've played Fallout so far. That doesn't really line up from your guys' perspective because they come out on a fixed schedule regardless of what order I binge them in, but blah. Both are like 20 hours in. It's funny how it sneaks up on you. And it's also funny how both are this, there's this like creeping sense of like, obviously I've been doing stuff the whole time, but I've been like meandering around all these different directions, doing all these other things, and I've never been actually arriving at the destination. And in both cases, every session I sit down, I'm like, okay, now we're gonna go to the blinking dot on the map, and we're gonna start the major thing. And that keeps not happening. In this game, I keep trying to get to New Vegas and not quite getting to New Vegas. I think we're still... This is kind of the shitty part of New Vegas on some level, I think, but it's not like the... It's not the side of New Vegas with lights and everything, so it feels like we still haven't quite made it there. And I think the last, like, 3 or 4 sessions of me sitting down to play New Vegas, I meant to get here, and still haven't. But anyway, last time we arrived at the interesting faction that's been hinted a few times that sounds more appealing than a lot of the other ones, but we haven't gotten to meet them very thoroughly yet. And now we finally have a chance, I think. Doop-a-doop.
Hey, I hear you've done some good things for the followers.
I sure have. You're the only people who like me. I guess... I guess the California Republic likes me, but they have reasons to not, and maybe they won't.
Howdy.
Got any advice to share?
Feed a man for free, and he'll be back asking for more. Feed a man a bullet, you won't hear from him again.
Damn. Okay.
See ya.
That almost sounds a little out of line with the followers' ideals, but we'll find out if that's true or not.
That is one battered eyebot. It's a miracle it's still functioning.
Yeah, I guess that is still with me. Where is... There it is. You never saw him, but it's cool. Now we play a game called Find the Named Characters. Sorry to wake you up, but I'm more important than you.
Thank you for coming. Let's talk about that robot.
What would you like it for?
I've heard through our channels that it has some research that may be related to Enclave and Poseidon energy technology. I'd like to get what I can from it and use that data for the good of humanity. All of humanity, unlike the Brotherhood.
What are you going to do with it?
First, I'm going to pull off whatever log data I can. Then I'll use some of the tech around here to upgrade its weapons systems. Shouldn't be more than a few days' work.
Why don't you want the Brotherhood to have it?
The Brotherhood is all about keeping technology to themselves and using what they find to protect themselves. They are isolationist and belligerent. I have no doubt that they plan to use the data for weapons research.
Can you tell me about the followers?
There are plenty of people here to talk to you about us and our mission. Let's get to brass tacks and talk about that robot.
Okay, you can take it for a little while.
Thank you. I'll get it back to you as soon as I can with the upgraded weapon systems.
How will I see angry rats at 500 meters now? Can I just wait 24 hours and then have the character back? That is a carefully crafted little mohawk. His name's... Is his name Gambler, or is he just a gambler?
They let ghouls into the strip now?
What? You being hoity-toity in this camp, you motherfucker? You too good for this place? Also, I thought he was calling me a ghoul, which is a little mean. Why can't you play as a ghoul in these games? I feel like if they want to be truly ambitious with the sequels to this, like, RPG franchise, like, when do you get to play as a ghoul or a super mutant in one of these games? And have people react to you differently and, like, have different abilities and kind of proceed through the story differently. You're always just a human, and a huge percentage of them are vault dwellers.
Hi. If you're looking for medical help, try the other doctors. I'm just a researcher, not even a particularly good one.
What kind of research?
Oh, you know, finding alternative treatments for common illnesses and injuries, stim packs out of barrel cacti, and other fantastic improbabilities. As far as fruitless wastes of time go, it's quite noble in its aims.
You don't sound too enthusiastic about it.
I'm enthusiastic about helping people, but nihil novi sub sole.
Nihil... what?
Oh, sorry. There's nothing new under the sun. If agave and mesquite were that miraculous, the locals would have figured it out a few thousand years ago.
Where'd you learn that?
Not from the Legion, if that's what you're getting at. Books, sheet music, gladiator movie holotapes, bits and pieces here and there. The followers have extensive libraries, but we all draw water from the same old well. Even Caesar.
I can't get over the fact that your name is Arcade Gannon, which is a wild fucking name. Like, what the what is that name? Because I know I've never met a person named Arcade, or really heard of a person named Arcade. My introduction to the word arcade was like the arcade in BioShock, but I know that it's a wider term that refers to a particular thing, and I don't, well, I mean besides a video game arcade. But of course the first thing I think of is video game arcade, and his last name is Gannon, like one of the most famous villains in all of video games, and so I'm just like, what is this guy's name? But I might just be missing cultural background, but that is a wild fucking name. Nobody else has had a surprising name so far in my party. You know much about Caesar?
I don't know anything that the others couldn't tell you. Caesar was one of the followers. Before my time, of course. He wanted to rebuild the new world in the image of the old. A sad story of good intentions gone bad. In that regard, he's hardly unique. If you set aside his leadership capabilities, extensive knowledge, and ruthless cunning, he's just another jerk who steps on people to get his way.
Let's talk about something else.
Certainly.
Why do you do research instead of providing medical assistance?
Not all followers are people persons. Besides, someone needs to do research. I have no problem with Julie sticking me back here. Out of sight, out of mind. There are worse things one can be, though I do admit it is a bit boring. Though it has a noble goal, I don't think this research will yield much fruit. No pun intended.
I don't. Let's put. You're in the middle of the square right now, and I don't know where sticking you back here would be. Like, that doesn't seem like there's a more public and less public part of this particular camp. Why don't you come with me?
No offense intended, but why should I go anywhere with you?
It beats sitting around here all day, doesn't it?
Probably not. Until things settle down around here, alleviating my boredom isn't a good motive to leave. Sorry.
Hello again. Still in one piece, I see.
Golly, we're so up close all of a sudden. I wonder what's going on here. Would you reconsider my offer to travel with me? I could really use your help.
The last time we discussed this, you didn't exactly wow me with your pitch. What have you got for me this time?
I need a good-looking doctor to help me take care of me in the big, bad wasteland.
Overt flirtation will get you everywhere, you know. On a slightly more serious note, if you're interested in helping out with the troubles plaguing Freeside, I can come with you. Just don't do anything obnoxious, like trying to help Caesar's Legion, and we should be fine. Understood?
Fair enough.
As the old saying goes, two's company, but three's a small army. Okay, I'm paraphrasing a bit, but you get the idea.
The three's a small army. He's gay! Goodbye, you. Let's have one last talk before I get rid of you.
What can I do for you, boss?
See, his name was just Raul. A name that I've heard before. Tell me some of your stories again.
That's what I love about you, boss. Your firm belief that one day you'll actually remember things people tell you. What do you want to hear about?
Ow.
Anything? What can I do for you, boss?
Raul, I think I need to head on without you.
Good call. I mean, if that's what you really want, boss.
I think it's for the best.
That's why you're the boss. You always make the right decisions. I'll just head home. Home to my lonely abandoned shack in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, Raul has returned to his shack. That made it sad. He said good call so enthusiastically, like, oh, finally I'm free from helping out the guy that saved me in dangerous situations that I don't want to be in. Oh, I can finally just leave. Bye. If you need anything anytime, just, you might. But then he got sad, and I'm like, I don't know how to read that anymore.
What's up? All right, let's not waste any time. There are people out there to help, things to learn. Maybe not in that order, but let's get to it.
Better healing perk? Excuse me? While Arcade is a companion, the player regains more health from all sources. That's a hard stat to bait. That's a pretty good one. God damn. Okay. How do you do, Arcade Gannon?
What's up?
What's your opinion on the current situation? We've been traveling together for so long and you have such a great read of what I've been up to so far.
It could be better. If we can find a way to work toward the independence of New Vegas, that would be ideal. But really, as long as you don't help out the Legion, anything's better than that.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm really very boring. You'd get better stories out of a Freeside junkie.
Arcade, I'm asking because I'm interested. Don't put yourself down.
Oh, all right. I'm 30-ish. Well, late 30s. I was born west of here. I was an only child and spent most of my time with my mother. My father died when I was young and I never got over it. Oh, and I like medicine and reading books about failed pre-war socioeconomic policies. Right now, I'm sure you're asking yourself, why hasn't some lucky man scooped this bachelor off his feet? Like I said, I'm boring.
He's a socialist. Why don't you like talking about yourself?
Some people do. I just don't. Look, I appreciate that you're trying to be friendly, but I'd just rather not discuss it.
This is what people have been screaming to me about.
Sure, just don't treat me like a pack Brahmin, okay?
The fact that you can swap equipment with people. I don't have any weapons or equipment on me though right now, but I have been not using this mechanic. I can also use it to make them carry more stuff, but if I'm being completely honest, I just don't like inventory management in these games. Like, I do basic upkeep to try to not completely ignore the mechanics. So there's still a lot of inventory management in this game, even with my attempts to minimize it. But so I'm generally terrified of using a second inventory. There's definitely been some situations where I'm deep in some, like when I was in that, like, rads filled area trying to deal with all those random weapons. I should have probably thrown them on my bonus character. But it's just like, I'm just like, ugh. That means I have a second inventory to then unpack afterwards. That's even more inventory management. So I kind of like having the throttle of only having this much inventory space instead of doing 2 whole inventories. But I should equip them probably. But at the very least, they don't die permanently in combat, so the stakes aren't super high. But at least there's that.
See you around.
See you around is an interesting response to I'm going to stop talking now, because we're still going to be together, but I need to stop talking to you so I can start going to walking. These people are all named. They know wakey. Okay, what's the time waiting button? Let's become morning. Hello. Yeah, are these guys dying? Because they're not getting up. Are they dying of death?
Keep an eye out for trouble.
The old Mormon fort. You went right there. Is that just where you spawn? Or is this actually your room where you do the research? Were you on your way here when I got here? If I do steal, who am I stealing from? Is it you? Strange decal. Mormon Fort Snow Globe that doesn't actually do anything. I don't think the snow globes do anything.
Just as a warning, my covert bandaging skills are a little rusty.
That's fine, I'm just being immoral because morality is for cowards. I'm sorry, do I lose morality for sleeping in someone else's bed? Is that why it's red? Or is it just that if somebody catches me, they'll be mad? Is it immoral to sleep in somebody else's bed? Maybe rude. I don't know if immoral. You lose karma for that, that's pretty goofy. Is there anything else to do around here? I guess the main thing is the fact that I was here to do the thing with Edie. Where'd she go? Edie, my love. April has Edie and we'll be working with her a few days and I go to access data. Okay, so I guess I'll just not. There's information. Okay, there's stuff I could use that's deeper into this camp, so let's do that one now. Pediatric medicine and Markland, yeah. Trying to help with the other camp.
Hello? Yeah?
Okay. Nice to meet you. Just two adventurers going across the wasteland 0 feet apart because they're both gay. Gennaro. Hey, it's like the guy that sells all the rad roach meat and stuff in the original game. I tried to finish his quest and it just kind of I remember that being one of the unsatisfying things that just didn't go anywhere.
Need some grub? I got you covered. Cheap and filling.
What are you serving?
Typically, I find it goes down better if I leave people guessing. So what do you say? Want some?
Not until you tell me where you got the food from.
I have my little helpers out and about, always looking for fresh things to add to the stew pot. You may have seen them around somewhere yourself. Now deny your hunger no longer.
Sure, serve me up something.
You won't regret it, at least until an hour or so from now.
Got some kebabs. I mean, this is just stuff that I normally eat. Okay, those are raw. That's not good. I'm also not desperate for food necessarily. Eh. You say stew pot. I don't think any of the food you're serving would be in a stew pot. I don't think that's how stew pots work.
Your safety guaranteed.
I could be wrong. I might be stupid.
You want to travel through Freeside with ease, you hire a king. We're everywhere, and no one messes with us. Your safety is practically guaranteed for just 100 caps.
Why would I need a bodyguard here?
Freeside's a little dangerous for people traveling alone or in small groups. You go without a guard, you're rolling the dice. You know? You must be new. Your tune will change, trust me.
I literally already walked across all of Freeside and now I'm leaving, I think, so... Horus?
This gentleman and I were just settling on a price. I'm afraid you'll have to hire one of the others this time around.
You okay? Okay.
Hello, my friend. Can I perhaps interest you in some protection? My services come cheap at only 100 caps.
I don't really think I need a bodyguard.
I can't say I recommend that, but hopefully you'll change your mind. I'll be here if you do. Good luck.
Once again, I think I'm leaving, so... Not where I thought I was going. It's that part of it's like that part of actual Las Vegas was just a billion signs in a yard. Okay, that's not the gate to the other part of New Vegas, apparently.
Freeside is the king's turf. Remember that.
What's up?
Freeside, only I can keep.
I mean, I guess it's pointing me out there. I'm just gonna trust the markers. I am confused about the local layout, and I'm just going to accept that, and I'm just going to chase the triangle.
Personal space meaning anything to you,
I will find my way to somewhere. The Crimson Caravan.
Mormon caravan from New Canaan came through the other day.
Okay. This is where all the caravans have been coming from?
Hey there. Here's the rest of the payment I promised you back in Good Springs.
Oh. This is like the first character in the game. What's next for you?
I'm getting ready to run a caravan up towards Utah. There's a town called New Canaan which is supposed to be pretty prosperous. The Crimson Caravan doesn't have any branches out that way, so it'll be up to me to get things started.
Who's in charge here?
Alice McLafferty runs the Crimson Caravan. You can find her over in the main office.
Bye.
I'll see you around.
It's always funny because everyone's just standing around in this entire game. Or patrolling back and forth forever, and then just suddenly there's just someone sprinting straight at you, like, oh, fuck!
Better lay low.
What could it mean? It's very funny to me how quickly Arcade joined my party with almost no pretense, having basically not even met me. It's like, yeah, I'll come on a massive adventure for you forever, whatever, who cares? You flirted with me for 3 seconds, so... You know what? It's... Pickings are thin out here, I'll take what I can get. Just gave me one look up and down, and you're like, well... His heart's beating. His head still is on his shoulders, and he's dumb as a rock. Guess he's my man. Boop boop. They're densely packed over here.
I hear a troublesome Legion camp got razed to the ground.
Just all in a stack?
Howdy.
Okay, none of them are named.
Lafferty's been riding asses again.
I hear a troublesome Legion camp got razed to the ground.
I think they're trying to go take seats or something around the campfire or the benches, but they're just all bugged out and running into the same spot. It's very funny. Things rough.
My covert bandaging skills are a little rusty.
You sure have wacky, quirky quotes whenever I crouch for a second. Okay. Ain't nobody in here. I even checked the bathroom stalls. Normal video game behavior.
Our guys put the monorail back to work.
Blake?
If you're looking to buy or sell, you've come to the right man. The Crimson Caravan Company has the widest selection in the Wasteland.
Can you answer some questions for me?
Maybe. What do you want to know?
Where's the Crimson Caravan Company get its merchandise?
Trade routes, my friend. Trade routes. Just about every major town in the Wasteland has a Crimson Caravan branch in it.
Your caravans ever have trouble with bandits, I say, having fought alongside them and watched countless of them die all the time.
Out here, we usually split our caravans into smaller bands. That way, we don't lose everything if they get hit. It's not very efficient, though. But hopefully, we'll be able to start running larger caravans once things get civilized.
Smaller bands, but it's also more lethal and dangerous for every single one of the people. Which is why they keep dying. Where are you from?
A little place in the NCR called Oak Creek. Used to be a farming town until it got taken over by ranchers. I didn't want to herd Brahmin for a living, so I signed on with the Crimson Caravan and headed east. Not much to tell, really.
Taken over by ranchers. That's an unusually positive outcome for the word taken over by in this setting. That's all.
Need anything else?
Show me what you have for sale.
Can do.
Can do. Yes, I would like to buy the money from you. That sounds useful. Wait, my weapon does 180 DPS. Do any of yours do 180 DPS? Boy, howdy, they do not. So my apparel is, it's just armor. The DR and D. I wish it would show them both at the same time. It's not a very efficiently laid out interface. So DR12, DT20, DT5. I don't think much is gonna compete with that out here. Probably not. Tales of chivalry. Let's see, where's your stim packs? No stim packs. All he's got is water. I'm more likely to sell pretty much everything else, but I'll hold on to rad stuff as a general rule. Okay, I'll sell most other drugs, but I'll hold on to the rads.
See ya.
Any actual characters around here, or... Please, I'm begging you.
Welcome to the Crimson Caravan Company New Vegas branch. What may I do for you?
I'd like to know more about the Crimson Caravan Company.
Certainly. What would you like to know?
How long have you been in business?
The Crimson Caravan Company has been in business for over 130 years. We're partially responsible for the progress in the NCR.
Does the Crimson Caravan have any competition?
Well, the gunrunners continue to dominate the weapons market, and the Mormon traders from New Canaan control the majority of the northern routes.
You're well dressed for this place.
Normally, I oversee company operations at the hub in California. However, the New Vegas branch has been underperforming in recent years. Given the conditions here, it's not hard to see why. I'll change all that soon enough. All right.
I'm looking for work.
I'm afraid we have no current openings for caravanners or guards, but I am in need of a runner.
I can teleport, so that's pretty good running. I'll take it. What do I need to do?
Deliver this invoice to Dr. Hildern. You can find him somewhere inside Camp McCarran.
Bye.
It's been a pleasure.
Camp McCarran. And whereabouts is that? The place I've been to before? I got no problem doing that. I just click this and then boom, loading screen and I'm there. I'm so good at video games.
You have to hand it to the NCR. Get enough hands working together and they can
Make or break just about anything. Boy, you're really lagging behind. Keep distance, back up. Oh. The toggleable option says the toggleable option says keep distance, which implies that he's not currently keeping his distance, so that's just lagging behind a bit, I guess. I'm back. Remember when this was my hub for a few hours? It's more one mission, but this guy will be so happy to see me again.
What do you want? I thought I told you to stay the hell out of here.
Then you don't want this invoice from Alice Lafferty.
Fine, I'll see that she's paid. Crimson Caravan always fulfills their contractual obligations to the letter. Now I assume there's nothing more, so I trust you can see yourself to the door.
I'm great at doors. Very capable. Might say I have a talent for them. Like how I closed the door on your operation, ha! Fuck you. I'm back. Boy golly was I fast. Like I hardly left at all.
Welcome back.
I delivered the invoice just as you asked.
Well, you've proven yourself reliable so far. Would you be interested in more important jobs?
What other work do you have available?
As much as I like to handle matters personally, I can't be everywhere at once. There is a negotiation with a smaller trading outfit that I'd like resolved as quickly as possible. There's also the matter of Henry Jameson, an employee whose services I'd rather do without. His family connections make it difficult, however. And finally, I need someone to acquire the gunrunner's manufacturing specifications. This job needs to be quiet. No alarms, no deaths.
Wow, that escalated quickly. Tell me about the negotiation. I'm famously good at negotiating. I'm not.
There's a small trading outfit, Cassidy Caravans, that I'm interested in acquiring. They've been rather competitive, so it's time to buy them out. I have it on good authority that the owner, Cass, wants out of the caravan business. Cass frequently trades with the NCR, so you'll likely find her at the Mojave outpost.
I want to know more about the problem with the Henry Jameson.
The Jamesons are very wealthy ranchers back in Redding, California, and significant investors in the Crimson Caravan Company. I was pressured into posting young Henry as the manager of the New Vegas branch. As you can see, he wasn't exactly cut out for the job. He was much more interested in gambling and prostitutes, and because of his family, I can't simply fire him. Henry needs to be convinced to quit, one way or another. I won't have a useless employee on the company payroll.
What's the gunrunner job about?
The quality of the gunrunners' armaments is due to their manufacturing process. They craft all weapons on site. I want to know the secrets of their manufacturing process, which means you'll need to find some way to get inside their heavily guarded factory. I would greatly prefer that you perform this job undetected and without killing anyone, if it can be helped. Thank you. Was there something else?
Goodbye.
It's been a pleasure.
Huh. First of all, calm down. The she's so casual about suggesting like, this is a job that you might murder somebody on. I mean, I'd prefer not, but like, you know, if you can help it. Like, characterizes this situation.